Hey guys, how's it going? Hope your new year is going well. New year, same me, and pretty much the same EDC. But it's been a while, and people still ask for my EDC all the time. It doesn't change that much, which is why I don't put them out all the time. You see a lot of EDC videos and photos and pocket dumps where it's like new stuff every day. So I'm kind of like, that can't really be your everyday carry if it changes every day. It's like your someday carry. Anyway, sorry for the tangent already. So EDC stands for everyday carry. In my world, it does anyway. And that just kind of refers to the stuff that you typically carry on your body, in your pants, in your pockets, in your purse if you have one or whatever, every day. So I'm going to talk about what I carry every day. If you're interested in kind of my expanded EDC, I'm a web developer, I'm a back-end programmer, so I carry around my laptop pretty much everywhere, and I do a lot of video editing and photo editing and all that stuff. So I have an EDC backpack, which is kind of an extension of my EDC. If you're interested in that, check this video up here on the left. If you need web development, go to rehabcreative.com and hit us up. Anyway, EDC. I love EDC. It's been a while since I've made an EDC video. If you're new here, you've probably never seen one of my EDC videos unless you've gone back and watched them. I'm a gear channel. I love gear, and the gear that I use most, literally every day of my life, is my EDC. Fun drinking game, fun New Year's drinking game. Take a shot every time I say EDC. Just kidding, don't. I don't want you to go to the hospital. But we're gonna get into what's in my pockets. At the end of that portion, I'm gonna give some other options, some of my favorite knives, some of my favorite flashlights, things like that. I'll talk about the belt that I use every day and the pants that I wear every day. That's pretty much it. And then I'll make some announcements at the end of the video. So if you're just here for the EDC, we're gonna get into it right now. All right, we're gonna do a tabletop here. I have pockets for all this stuff. It's gonna look like a lot of stuff, but it doesn't feel like a lot of stuff if you're wearing pants like the Vertex Delta Stretch. This should really have been my face. So now it's just gonna be my fingers while I kind of talk. But get yourself a good pair of pants that has a lot of pockets if you want to up your EDC game, because you don't want stuff scratching all around, scratching on your phone, scratching on your wallet, whatever. Anyway, get a good pair of pants. Check this link right somewhere, LLOD.us/coupons. I have a ton of coupon codes at this point in my life, so save some money, check that out, help out the channel. The Leatherman Skeletool. If you've watched me for a while, you know I love this. I've tried all of the competitors, including Leatherman's new stuff, Gerber stuff, SOG stuff, all the stuff. Nothing has dethroned this, which is kind of weird because it doesn't excel at anything really, really well. The only thing it excels at is being kind of a minimal tool that does everything good enough. Well, the bottle opener is really good, but it's got a knife, easy to access, easy to open, easy to close, good enough for what you're gonna use your knife for most tasks for, AKA opening boxes. This is a special edition Damascus blade. I'm not sure if you can get it anymore, but decent blade, nothing amazing. This is a bottle opener here and a carabiner. It has bit storage here, so if you have a specialty bit that you want to have with you, it has one extra here, and then it has this bit here. The bits are removable and they are double-sided. This little Phillips and flathead came from a Leatherman Mutt or Mute. So it has a screwdriver, which I love because I tweak on stuff all the time. I own and operate a small holster company, so I'm always kind of tightening and loosening things. I work on my trucks all the time. I'm kind of a handyman around the house. I do all kinds of stuff. So tools, screwdrivers especially, I'm always using. The other thing it comes with, pliers. Now again, these aren't the best pliers in the world, but they get the job done. They're needle nose, so they get into small places and kind of do little small tasks pretty well. And there is some wire cutters. And I do a lot of times use this kind of, I don't know what the technical name is, but this bigger part, this wider opening of the pliers as well, just to open things or, you know, in a pinch real quick, loosen or tighten a bolt. I use proper tools when I'm properly cranking, but if I just need a quick access thing, this is great. Once you have pliers in your pocket, if you're anything like me and you actually work on stuff and fix stuff and build stuff, then you're gonna use these all the time. Leatherman Scale Tool, I can't recommend it enough. Chime in below if I've converted you to use this tool and it has changed your life, because hundreds of people have told me that. Leatherman Scale Tool, I love it. Now my other main used device is this. This is an Olight S2R Baton 2, I think. Long name, but a relatively small flashlight. Has like 1200 lumens or something. I like this over the Baton Pro, which is newer and more expensive, because this actually has more candela, even though the Baton Pro has more lumens. So why do I like this flashlight so much? Why is it a staple of my everyday carry? Having a magnet on the end of my flashlight has changed my life. I do a lot of vehicle stuff, and I do a lot of stuff where seemingly there's a lot of ferrous, is that what it is? Whatever the metal is that you can stick magnets to, a lot of that is around. So when I'm working on my car, when I'm camping, when I'm whatever, I use this magnet all the time. And honestly, this feature alone is pretty much the main reason I carry this light. Fits good in the hand, better than the smaller S1R Baton 2. But this is a good option too, and I'll talk about some other options at the end. The magnet is huge. It has a magnetic recharger, or a magnetic charger rather, not a recharger. And it has right here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it glows the color of the battery status. So right now it's glowing green, it'll be yellow when it's low, and then red when it's really low. So whenever it starts getting low, you can top it off whenever you want. And it has a replaceable battery as well if you don't like using the charger. I like the switch because you long press it to get into moonlight or firefly mode, which is like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 lumens anyway. It won't kill your night vision totally. And in the pitch black, if you just need a tiny bit of light, that is a feature that I use all the time, especially out camping. Once it's on, you hold it down and it'll cycle through the 3 main modes, low, medium, high. And then you shut it off. It'll turn back on whatever mode you had it on. And if it's off, you can double click to get into turbo mode, which is the 1200 lumens. And then when it's off, you can triple click it, I believe, and get into strobe as well. There's some other timer features and stuff. The pocket clip works nice. Well, you can put it on a hat. Small size, great output, durable. They have a pretty good warranty. These things go on sale all the time too. I think I have a coupon code with them. Again, I'll put everything down in the video description below. Anyway, this has been my flashlight of choice just because I really like the size and the extended runtime of the S2 versus the S1. Good flashlight. Do you need a flashlight? You got one on your phone, whatever. Yeah, that's great. This one I'll put kind of in my mouth. Teeth aren't tools, so kind of use it with your lips, not like teeth directly on. When I need a pseudo headlamp and I need to use 2 hands, and I'm doing stuff like going out in my yard and getting firewood and crap all the time. So a lot of times I am using this as a hands-free device, and it's light enough to where you can do that, but big enough to where it really has some good output. So then let's talk about the wallet. This is a Travax Summit. This is like one of the cheapest good quality wallets you can get. It's very minimal. This is from a company called Travax. Yeah, I also have a coupon code with them. I used the Ridge for a number of years and I liked it. I liked the kind of just minimalism of that wallet, but I found it just didn't give you access to cards very easily. The idea was good, and it seemed like you should get access to cards pretty easy, but it was a little hard, not too hard. It's just a little bit hard. This is the easiest wallet to gain access to one of your cards. And if you just use one credit card like most people, this is super easy. You just slide it out and it's ready to go. That's it. Easy access. Since I have pocket separation and there's not a whole lot of stuff dangling around on my cards and stuff, I don't have the armor plate, I don't use it, keep it nice and minimal. Then on the back, you have another easy access to another card you have all the time. I have my ID card, my driver's license back here, but I don't want to show you all my information, so I just put my Costco card back here instead. Anyway, I use 2 cards, my driver's license and a credit card, and you can have easy access to either of them. You tighten this strap down if you want more cards or less cards in here to tighten it down. And then I have some bills just folded into fourths in between my cards. I have like 2 20s or something. I don't keep much cash on me, just kind of some emergency cash just in case. A very minimal wallet. I like that it's made in the US by a rad company, and I like the colors. This is OD and just kind of like a, you know, some type of steel. And it's cheap. It's like 30 bucks. I have a coupon code that takes another 10% off of that or something. If you want to try it. This is my favorite of the Trayvax wallets. I've tried all of the Trayvax wallets, and I've tried like a dozen other company brands wallets. I have some wallet videos on my channel if you're interested. If this doesn't look like the wallet for you, I like it. I've tried a lot. This one is nice. I just like that it's minimal, it's small. It's really a front pocket wallet. For those of you that don't front pocket wallet, you probably should quit sitting on your big fat wallet in your back pocket like old school. Get a front pocket wallet. Anyway, minimal. I like how it looks. It feels good. It just like, you know, feels industrial. I like it. So that is the wallet that I've been using currently. No nonsense, but very good. Then I have a cell phone. I create content all the time, Instagram, YouTube, consume a lot of media. So I upgrade my phone to kind of the new hotness. I'm not telling you to encourage that lifestyle. If I wasn't doing all of the media stuff that I do, I would be fine with having, you know, a year, 2-year-old phone. Don't judge me. I also like Android more than iOS, but I have a bunch of Apple devices that just work well, like my Apple Watch, which we'll get into in a second. So anyways, I do have an iPhone 11 Pro in the green color, which is kind of the one cool thing about it. It's kind of a weird green though. It's not really an olive green like I was hoping. It's kind of a weird green. But I have this phone. It's a cell phone. Not much to say about it. This is my Tacoma key fob. It was before this company got, I don't know if they got like a cease and desist to not use the TRD or whatnot, but you can't get these TRD ones anymore. I think now they're either blank or have the maker's name on them. I forgot who make this. I think I either got it from Tacoma Beast or a company, maybe it's called like Alt J Designs. Anyway, the key, and then you can still access your backup key just in case. I did use a fob, like an aftermarket fob that was a little smaller than this, had a bottle opener on it, but you lost the ability to have this key. And I wanted to have the key back because in case my battery died or something, this is how you open the door in a pinch if something goes wrong. So I missed the ability to have that. I also put on this cheap little clip so you can clip it on your belt loop or something else or just some more keys. And this is it. All my other keys that I use in my life are all electronics, so I don't actually carry anything else other than a car key, whatever car I'm driving at whatever point. And then we have the Sharpie. I used to love the Sharpie pen, still love the Sharpie pen, but they don't sell it anymore. And people told me people are charging like $800 or something crazy for them. Anyway, I love the Sharpie pen. I've probably sold thousands of them. They were discontinued. I don't know why. So now I just carry a regular Sharpie. Like I said earlier, I'm always working on stuff, building stuff, so Sharpies come in immensely handy. I have them in kind of all my vehicles. I use them all the time. Invest in a 12-pack of Sharpies. If you don't build a lot of stuff, then make it a 2020 goal to learn how to build stuff, learn how to work on your car, learn how to fix your faucet, learn how to change a light bulb. They're good skills to have. I like knowing how to do a lot of stuff, being kind of a handyman around the house. It'll come in handy in day-to-day, and it'll come in really handy in the end of the world. Sharpie. And then I should use it more often, but we have some O'Keeffe's lip repair. This is chapstick. This is a man's chapstick. I'm just kidding. I said something about being a man last time in an EDC video, and people lost their minds. A woman can use this. So, but this is like the strongest, hardest core chapstick that I know. When my chips are really fierce in the cold, dry Colorado air, this stuff I found works the best. I also like the shape of it. It's like this oval shape, so it kind of fits nicer in your pocket, and I feel like it doesn't seem to unscrew as much as the typical cylindrical chapstick. It's probably got all kinds of chemicals in it that'll kill me, but my favorite chapstick. Tastes good, feels good. Well, it doesn't really have a taste, but it feels good. Really good. And last but not least, we have our EDC gun. I typically carry an RMR'd Glock 19. I make and sell holsters. This was actually the first prototype of the original PL Mini holster that I made. The original, the first person to put a charging port into the holster. Woo, innovation, it's awesome. Anyways, I like to long-term test holsters to make sure they hold up, and this is my daily jam. So this is actually the old multicam when it was still shiny, multicam black. Now we got some matte stuff. I like the orange back, it's just my jam. Carry it with an extra 17 round mag. Backup, carry Federal HST 147 grain, standard pressure, and don't worry, it's not chambered. I took that out for you safety commandos. So this is all cleared and safe. I have a PL Mini 1, but the PL Mini 2 is great as well. But that is my everyday carry jam. I sometimes carry this. This is a 43X. I didn't see the purpose of this gun. I didn't really like it when it came out. I didn't own it. I bought one. I shoot it really well. It's very comfortable to carry. This, again, I test all my holsters myself. This was the first final prototype of the Glock 43X holster. So once I was testing this holster, I really like this gun, honestly. I will tell you my thoughts. There's a 15 round flush fit magazine coming out from Shield Arms. I pre-ordered it. I think I'm gonna get it soon. That will be a game changer for this platform because you'll get basically Glock 19 capacity in a very small, thin package. 43X, another good option. Okay, that's it for my EDC. If that's all you wanted to see, thank you for watching. Now we're gonna get into some bonus content. Some knives I really like, some flashlights I really like, the belt that I wear, the pants that I wear. Actually, let's talk about pants. So, Vertex Delta Stretch, the 2.0's favorite pants. If you want a video review of them, let me know down below. Absolutely my favorite pants still. Pants are the main thing. Every company in the world, not every company, but all the good companies send me pants to review. If you didn't know this about me, I'm like the main tactical pants reviewer in the world. That's me. I haven't done any pants reviews in a while because I just love the Delta Stretches so much and nothing has dethroned them. So I'll probably do some just to get a little more variety in the pants on the channel. But seriously, if I was gonna just choose one pant to recommend you, Vertex Delta Stretch. They're a little pricey, they're like 80 bucks or something, but I have a 25% off coupon code, LLOD. Try one pair, you'll probably love them. Let's get in some extra stuff. If you don't have a good, solid EDC belt, fix yourself. This is a Cobra Hybrid EDC belt. This is different than some of the other belts. There's other manufacturers making them now, but what this has is a small female end here. So that means this will fit through most of your standard pants belt loops without having to unvelcro and disassemble this whole belt. If you've never used or owned a Cobra belt, I can highly recommend them. They're the fastest belt to get on and take off. They're the most secure belt. Yeah, you could, hang a helicopter off this or something crazy. You don't need that. They're overkill, but I love Cobra buckles. They're fun. Like, here, listen to that click. If that's not satisfying, I don't know what is. I sell these belts on my website. I don't make them. Blue Alpha Gear makes them. I just have a collaboration with them, so it's the LLOD edition. You don't even see this. You're not even advertising for me. This is on the inside of the belt. But if you want to do that little extra, you can get the LLOD version from my site, LLOD.us/gear. They have this in a few colors, all of your popular colors that you could ever want. I love this belt. Before I collaborated with them, I just bought this belt, and it was my favorite belt, and I reached out to them and said, hey, I love this belt so much, I want to sell it on my website. Can we make that happen? And they said, yeah, we can sell it on your website, and we can go that little extra and toss your logo on it as well. Anyway, Blue Alpha Gear, made in the USA, great company, great belts. Get yourself a solid belt. This is not one of those belts that's like crazy overly stiff to where it's like so uncomfortable that you can't even wear it, but it's relatively stiff. You can see it's holding itself up here. So stiff enough to be a good gun EDC belt. Hold your pants up with all that extra weight. but also just the easiest belt to use. Look at this, off, on, done, easy. When you really gotta go, seconds count. I drink a lot of water. I used to carry the 48 ounce, but now I'm like mixing tea and doing some stuff, trying to be healthy. So I've been using the 32 ounce Nalgene. This is the OTF lid. It's a little dirty. I try to wash this like once a week, but this part, once it starts getting dirty, it doesn't really get clean. It's like really hard. Maybe I could bleach it. But anyway, this isn't touching my mouth or anything. So don't get too distracted by that, even though it is kind of gross. The OTF lid is the easiest lid to use for a water bottle. It has this to lock it down super securely, but I only do that when I'm traveling with it. When it's just on my desk, it's like this. So I keep it like this, and the reason that I like it is because just like the hybrid Cobra buckle, this is the fastest water bottle to deploy. No screwing with lids, no giant mouth that's gonna spill all over your face when you drink it in the car. Pop this open, drink out of this nice small hole, and then when you're done, close it. Good to go, secure, boom, done. Nalgene OTF, still my favorite to date. These are the BPA free ones and all that, so if you're like an old time and you're like, Nalgene's BPA, they don't do that anymore for like the last decade. Get yourself a good water bottle, stay hydrated, drink lots of water. It's the #1 health tip that anyone can tell you and anyone can do, and it's free. Okay, let's talk about some flashlight alternatives here. If the S2 isn't your speed, isn't your flavor, you don't like it, whatever, these are my next 4 favorite options. Now, Olights, they're made in China. The company's cool. I have a pretty good relationship with them. They're innovative. They make cool stuff. They make really high quality products, but I do like American-made products as well. For American-made, you can't beat Surefire. Now, these are very different lights than these. I like these lights. I use these lights. Olights are my preferred because, like I said earlier, magnets. All of their lights have magnets. So this is basically the same as the S2. This is the S1. This is like a limited edition FDE version. A tiny, tiny, tiny flashlight. And I mean, the S2R is a tiny flashlight as well. This is like one of Surefire's smallest flashlights, and the S2 is still smaller. So the S2 is not by any means a big flashlight. It's still very small, but the S1 is like super tiny. This is the M2R Warrior by Olight. It's in like this anodized woodland camo, which is really cool. A little bit gaudy, but I kind of like it as well. I love the controls on this light. So you have a side switch, which is just the same as these other lights, and then you have a tail switch, which is also magnet rechargeable, and it's magnetic. It's not as strong as these, but will still kind of work in certain situations in a pinch. It can hang vertically like this, and it can, if placed perfectly on a very metallic object, can stand horizontal, but not nearly as securely as these two guys. The thing I love about this, which is the reason I love it about this light as well, is the tail switch. So this has a unique tail switch in which you can press it down halfway and you get low output, and press it down all the way and you get full output. You can also tap it all the way for full, and it's kind of hard to do, but you tap it halfway for constant on in the low mode. Anyway, what I like about this is it's kind of like an oh crap button. If you have control, if you know what you're doing, you can just press it halfway and you say, that's all I need. I think it's 300 lumens, just a little bit, you know, just doing a little bit of searching around the room, whatever. I don't want to blind myself. I don't want full blast. But then when you're in a high stress scenario, you're just like, oh, and you just press it down and you get full light output, which is 2000 lumens, I believe, on this. So anyways, great light. Obviously, it's gonna be bigger than this guy, but still, you know, for a really powerful high feature light, pretty small. Then we have this puppy here, made by Surefire. It's one of their favorite lights. This is the small one. That's a single CR123, and they have a bigger one, which is a 2 CR123. This is the EDC L1T. The 2T is the bigger, more powerful one. This doesn't have a ton of candela. This is the low mode, and the switch works similar to the light we were just talking about, where you press it a little bit for low and you press it all the way for high. I love that tail switch. It's my favorite tactical tail switch that exists on the planet. So that's how that works. There's no constant on with pressing. You can't do anything. So you can't accidentally constant on if you want, which is like, you know, a good feature for a very, very tactical flashlight. And then if you want to turn it on, then you can screw this down a little bit for the low and then a lot of it for the high. So that's your option in a surefire tactical light that's metal body, aluminum, very high quality, made in the US, great EDC light, single CR123. And then this is Surefire's other guy. They actually just released a pro version of this, but this is called the Stiletto. This is a USB rechargeable light, has some features, some admin modes, a status, battery status indicator. The unique thing about this is the shape. So it's designed to carry a little thinner in your pocket than a traditional light. But you know, again, another reason why I like the S2 so much is it's just a natively relatively thin flashlight, the full length, doesn't have a big bezel or anything. But this light, very thin, does have the reverse pocket clip so you can carry it on your head. Well, don't carry it, you can put it on your bill of your hat to use as a headlamp, and then it has the tail switch back here, which is great, just tactical. No constant on, nothing like that. So you use this mode for your tactical applications, and then you use this for your kind of admin modes. So these are my favorite flashlights. Another weapon light that I really like, I don't know if it's out yet or if it just came out or if it's just about to come out, is a Streamlight TLR7A. I really wanted to like this TLR7 when it first came out, but I hated the switches. Now the switches are great. Maybe my favorite switches of any of the compact lights. I really, really like them. This isn't a review of the TLR7, but the TLR7A, in my mind, a huge and valuable upgrade over the original TLR7. They do come with two switches, so you can use this one, which I like, or you can use the lower one as well. But anyways, great. You can push it forward for constant on, or you can, when it's on your thumb, you know, like you be carrying a gun, you press it down, which is my preferred. I love pressing the switches down. And then have the momentary, you let off and it goes off, and then have the constant, you just tap it and it's on. TLR7A, can highly recommend. This will probably fit most TLR7 holsters out there. It will fit my current TLR7, well, all my TLR7 holsters since the beginning of time. So for mine, it for sure will. For other holster manufacturers, I can't guarantee it, but I'm guessing probably most of them will fit existing TLR7 holsters. I do have an Apple Watch. A lot of people always ask me what band this is. I don't know who makes it. I'll link to it down below if it's still available. It's just a band, pretty no frills, works for me, band. Okay, let's talk about some knives. So all of these knives, including my beloved Skeletool, they're all made in the US. The US does some things really well. One of those are knives. I don't see a reason to not have a US made knife. Let's go from probably about the cheapest to probably the most expensive, though I don't know all of these numbers off the top of my head. This is the Kershaw Skyline. I think this is the black wash edition, so it's a little bit more, but I believe you can get the normal edition of this knife for like 45 bucks, shipped, made in the USA. The common theme for most of these knives are that they carry really well. They're very thin, they're easy to deploy, they have good fidget factor. The Skyline does as well, has a little flippy guy here, flips right out effortlessly, nice shape, good little no-nonsense knife. One of the cheaper made in the USA knives that you can get, carries well. I wish the pocket clip was deeper. It isn't, but it is what it is. Then I think the next cheapest is this one. This is the Gerber Fastball. I love this knife. I see some negative reviews saying this detent is too hard. This detent is too hard. And to them, I say, man up. No, I'm just kidding. I think it is too hard as well. If it was much harder than what mine is, I would probably complain about it. Mine, I wish it wasn't so hard, but completely manageable. I could do this I could do this all day without too much effort. I love the shape of this. It's kind of like a Wharncliffe blade. I believe it's S30V. Yeah, S30V steel, so pretty high quality steel. Aluminum scales, made in the good old USA, relatively thin, relatively light, pocket clips okay, not great. Mostly love the blade shape, and it is a very fast opener. Because that detent is so hard, it's not an assisted opener. None of these are assisted openers, FYI, and most of these have blade lengths that'll be legal in all of your states, but opens very fast. And I love the color. It's like sage or something. So I think those are the two cheapest. I think this is around $100. I like that knife, but you know, could be improved. Then we have the Para 3, Spyderco Para 3 lightweight. So this is basically like the little brother to the PM2, the Paramilitary 2. And this is the lightweight version. So it has a nice deep carry clip from the factory, and it is a very lightweight knife. So you got the Spidey hole, so you can kind of open it. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this in frame. It's always hard to open these knives when I'm doing this weird thing. Anyway, the Spidey hole is fun to flip. This is a very fun knife. Made in the USA, interesting shape, full flat grind. Some people love it, some people hate it. Anyway, that's a good option. I think one of these two is gonna be the next most expensive, either the Benchmade Bailout, similar to the Bug Out, similar concept. This, I'm guessing, is the lightest and thinnest knife of the bunch. A very lightweight knife. Has the axis lock, which is a great thing about Benchmade knives. Flips open relatively easy, though I would say this is probably the least fun kind of to play with knives of the bunch, unless you really like that small thumb stud, which a lot of Benchmades have, though it does have the axis lock, so you can play with it like that. Has like an aluminum pommel down here, and is a Tonto blade, which I like. I love Tonto blades for opening packages. Tontos and Wharncliffes are my favorite for that. But you can open this with the axis lock alone, so you just kind of open that and you're good to go. I think the axis lock's probably my favorite to close, but I don't know. Good knife, very low profile. If you're looking for just a small, lightweight knife, this is it. Well, I say small. It's actually one of the longer knives out of all of these, but very thin this way and this way. Then we have the PM2. This is like an OD green special limited edition. This knife is just a workhorse. It's a very popular knife when it comes to knife guys. Made in the USA, actually right here in Colorado. I think this knife will be about $150 depending on the version and the edition. I did add the deep carry pocket clip to this guy. Just one of my favorite knives in my collection. Then we have these two knives. This is the Benchmade Osborn 940-2, I believe. It's got the G10 scales. They do have one that has like aluminum scales as well, but this one's a little bit lighter, a little bit cheaper. Has the green spacers here. Same deal with the axis lock. This one is an S30, and it's got a reverse Tonto blade on it. Anyway, this knife, good, oops, and carries well due to its low profileness in almost all directions, while still cramming a very pretty long blade into such a small package. Then still, even though I'm not really a fan of carbon fiber myself, some people love it, I just don't love it that much, is the ZT Syncovich. This, I think, is probably the most expensive knife out of the bunch. It's around $200, I think. But also, I think, probably the smoothest opener. All black everything except for some green spacers. Very small knife, very smooth, has high fun factor just because it's so smooth to flip open. Made in the US, another great option. All right, guys, 2020. It's a brand new year to be awesome. I think it's gonna be the best year of my life. Hopefully you guys stick around for the journey. Get subscribed if you want to. I always appreciate it. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, or just want to say Happy New Year for the algorithm. Happy New Year. 2020 is going to be a big year for me. I was going to throw announcements in this video, but it's pretty long already, so I'll probably do that in a second video. You're probably tired of seeing all these YouTubers with like my 2020 goals and stuff, because I bet there's a lot of them out there. But I'll probably do one as well with announcements and things like that. If I don't catch you before then and you're going to be at SHOT Show, I am going to be at SHOT Show as well, cruising around. My truck is going to be at the Pelican booth. So if you want to see my truck, check it out. Follow me on Instagram. It's just at Last Line of Defense, one word. And I'll probably post some story updates and maybe kind of say where I'm going to be at certain times there. So if you're into that, check that out. 2020 is going to be awesome. I hope to see your comments down below. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for tagging along for the ride, and stay tuned for some really awesome updates. Have a great year.